Hello everyone. Welcome back. Hello there. I am Chef JT. Happy to see you. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you've had a good start to your week. It's looking a little dark on my face still. I still don't have the light fixture fixed in front of me. But otherwise, everything been good today. Got up, got out, did all my chopping stuff I had to do today. Talked to all the people I had to talk today. Fun times. Let's see here. What are we starting with for tonight's dinner? Coffee. Welcome in, Will Poker. Happy to see you, Nan Reader. Hi there, JK4T. Hi, SoFluff. How you doing? Always nice seeing everyone in here early. A substance that, in solution or when molten, ionizes and conducts electricity. And yet they talk about athletes being so charged. And they need that. I'm never gonna understand this world. That it is, Master of Splits. We're doing pasta and beans. I hadn't talked about what I'm doing tonight. It's going to be sort of Olive Gardenish, but not at the same time. My understanding is the original basis behind this is much more rustic, much more what you have around. It's pasta and beans and whatever else you got. Did I put sugar in this already? I don't remember. I'm going to anyways. Potatoes and waffles too much together, but otherwise that all sounds delicious. Like, I love me some hash browns in the morning too, but you didn't say what kind of potatoes were going to be treated like. I don't know about herbal tea in the morning, but I'm not a Mr. T. I'm not a big tea fan. Mr. T. I don't know why that popped into my head. Hello, Dragon Sage. Welcome. It's got great marketing behind it. Like, the percentage of young girls that know that sauce name over others. Though they also know it is that yogurt dill sauce. I'm not going to do yogurt and dill sauce, but thank you for joining me tonight. Cheers. I actually don't even have yogurt in the house right now. But it's likely to win this week's ingredient challenge. I haven't closed that vote just yet. I haven't even looked at it in a day or two. But yogurt was running away with it. Alright, what are we starting with tonight? I think I'm going to start by putting beans in stock. I have some beef broth that I purchased. Even stealing my packaging. These companies. So get that heating up. with a couple cups of water. Salt. I'm gonna put that off to the side burner because that's where it belongs to be. I'll put this pan over here because that's where we're finishing this soup. Oh hey, you didn't see any of that. Alright, so we got frozen beef stock, some water, and the pan we're actually going to be doing dinner in. I am doing the stock and liquid early because I want to get the beans in there. I don't want the beans to taste like they just came out of a can. I don't necessarily want to cook the beans a whole lot more, but I want to bring them up to temp and hold them with the broth that we're cooking, so it all just sort of trying to do that day after flavor, day of, if I can. We're going to strain the liquid off of these kidney beans. I'm going with kidney beans tonight. Go ahead and throw those in there. I'm not certain that closed. Oh, it did. For veggies tonight, the plan is onion, kidney beans, celery, leek, carrot, ground beef, and shell pasta. Small shell pasta. Oh, canned tomatoes as well. So we get the full-fledged of veg. I was in the mood for leeks. It's been a minute since I've used leeks. I was thinking of something else that I wanted to throw in there for roughage, and I didn't really want to do... You certainly could do any sort of kale or spinach, cabbage, like anything along the... I just felt like using a leek. Hey, Funker. Yes, this is where fans of cast iron can hang out. I looked out a long time ago. I think I got those for $10 a piece, the 3 that are nested. They're not originally a nested pair. Those 3 pans do not normally go together. They are 3 separate cast iron pans that someone had sourced, put together, ended up in flea market, and when I was visiting my parents across the country, saw them on sale and threw them in my backpack and went back here to California with them in a backpack. Avoiding the weight check. I seem to have a habit of bringing weird things back on planes. Like, just this last year, I found the cheapo old school KitchenAid that is ancient, isn't really usable for anything but like whipped cream. But I walked on the plane with this thing. Okay. Leeks. Or leek, rather. Not using the dark greens tonight. And we'll rinse out, get all the sand and dirt up from in between these layers at the top. It's not looking too bad. There's a little bit. Where's everyone know the dish from, if you're not just discovering it now? Like, I know it. I originally learned it from Olive Garden. Like, before I even got into the culinary world, before I got into, going out to dinner with my parents. Not the best knife for this action, but I'm going with it. Alright, so we're nicely boiling over here. We'll turn that heat way down. Turn the heat on over here. Cooking oil. Couple ribs of celery. Sort of ominous guy in the supermarket today was in the produce section, was sounded like it was someone catching up with like old high school friend or someone they used to know. And they were talking about Thanksgiving plans, sort of like, oh, what are you doing for Thanksgiving this year, sort of a thing. And he got to talking about how bad this year is looking for the store. And I'm just sort of like, oh. Did I just do that entirely with my back to you? Or did the camera actually swap properly? Now see, that's the problem with the face detection. Is it working? Are you working? No, you're sort of working. I just wanted to get this pan started, so I'm going to turn the heat back off on that for the moment. Until we get the celery done. Celery and carrot done. Just a single carrot. Because we're getting pretty bulky here already. Alright, flame back. Let's wait for the commercial to be over. How's it hanging, chat? We have a good start to the week. Hopefully it's not downpouring like it like it's actually been behaving since stream started. But setting up for stream and being here just before stream started, it was dumping buckets outside. Like, it's been a while since I've heard it raining that loud and heavy. Opening my can of diced tomatoes while we wait. I was going to get the proper... These are not the normal pasta that I think of when I think of this dish. Like I said, I remember, I think of the Italian Olive Garden version of this, which are sort of like small I forget the name of them, but they're like elbow pasta, but they're not curved. They're really small. They're too small to be curved. They're almost square, but they're a hollow. I don't know. Anyways, I went for really small shells instead tonight, which I think is going to be roughly the same size when they cook, but not the same shape. And the reason I went with the shells, the small shells, is even though I saw the like proper one in the store, I had to buy, I think it was a 2-pound bag of them. Like, it was an enormous bag of pasta. And I don't think I'm going to use this whole pound of pasta in tonight's soup. Like, I'm going to use maybe a quarter to a half of it. What did I do with you? Are you back here? Nope. That's trash. Oh, you're hidden underneath tortillas from last night. We're going extra beefy with all of this because I went for the lean beef for tonight's plans. I thought about getting pancetta, which would have been nice for this. It's actually pretty hard to find. It's hard to find a good roll slice of it. I forget the name of the big, is it Boar's Head? One of the major ones out there in the deli section have a like diced pancetta that I've used once or twice. I just want a slice of the real thing. Okay, flame on this pan once again. And we're gonna sear our meat. We're gonna sear our beef. And this is only 4% fat beef. So The really lean 96% meat beef. Non-fat beef? No. Is it really like that, or is it just what we perceive as meat and fat? Because I'm sure that there is protein in the fat sections and meat and fat in the meat sections that we... Like, is the fat all in the fat? Oh, focus. We're getting there. Baxo? What's Baxo? See if the bot's exploding. It was having royal issues last night. Oh. That's a bunch of news that's gibberish to me trying to read it quickly on stream. Let's give this a flip. I guess there's going to be a Real Housewives of Rhode Island. There's enough people that live in Rhode Island for a show like that. The Rolls Royce of turkey is coming to America. There's a family farm selling $500 heirloom turkeys in this world. They are at least claiming to have spent 2 years raising their 9-month-old turkeys. Honestly, sort of sounds like we didn't sell all of them last year, so but we'll just up the prices this year. Because, like, you pay an extra for your turkey to be old? See what else we can find about this crazy family farm. Oh, they've been doing this for 2 generations. Even more impressive. Some people have more money than brains. Interesting that they don't list the specific fatty tissue. Or no, they probably just mean leaf lard. Interesting. I don't know that I've had knackwurst from someone that knows authentically how to make it, maybe. Like, I'm wondering now, if it's like a Frankfurter, is it emulsified like one? Because I think most of the larger sausages of also having a thicker grind to them, more of a meat texture to them. Alright, gonna go ahead and just take the meat and just add that over here to our broth. Okay, this is getting a little silly trying to get all this like this. Alright, I hoped for a little more fat in the pan from the beef, but using 4%, I guess I'm adding more oil. And then we're starting in on veggies. We'll wait for this to get nice and roasty toasty hot. So, corned beef hash topped with sunny side smoked bacon, orange juice. That all sounds delicious. Like it's still no, that sounds like a great dish. Like it's a big dish. I sort of think of corned beef hash as typically being almost its own thing. Like maybe with the toast and the OJ, but the egg and the bacon seem a little bit extra for that, depending on where you are and what they're serving. Don't confit hash. No, that's just. Now we're pricey. Now we're eating at the Four Seasons or something. Adding in celery and carrots to our cooking onions. How many out there in chat drink milk on a regular basis? Like, just straight up drinking milk. I can't say I've really done straight milk since I was like a kid. I don't... Of course, it also probably plays into the I only have half and half around, and yeah, I don't know if I were drinking milk, what I'd probably not be doing. I was a skim milk child. My house was a skim milk house. I don't know what I would do as far as if I were to drink milk, which I don't really plan to, but... So these are the shells we're going with rather than the small little rounds that I was talking about before. Baby shells. Yeah, forget the name of the milk company. I don't buy them because they're tucking in milk from, like 2 states away, sort of a thing. But there's a couple. Is it Rosa? There's a glass bottom milk company that distributes to several of the supermarkets around here that has some really funky flavors that they're doing with their milks. Like, they've got an orange cream milk, and they've got, I forget what all else. I was actually just staring. The reason it's in my head right now is I was just staring at them the other day and honestly confused at some of the ideas that they were doing for milk, but I hadn't seen them and I can't remember them. Eight ounce ribeye. How do you get an 8-ounce ribeye? And you're doing 3 eggs with an 8-ounce, like 8 ounce is like a small New York or a fillet. A ribeye is a big steak. I don't know if you can find a ribeye that's 8 ounces. I mean, you got it's got a bone in it, and you want it to be half a pound? Or no, I'm getting ribeye confused with T-bone, but still, they're both giant ones. And ribeye's got a giant patch of fat in the center of it. And the idea that it's 8 ounces doesn't make sense to me either. It seems that recipe also seems where you got an 8-ounce ribeye, which is an incredibly small steak for a ribeye, whether you're cutting it super thin or something. And then you're putting 3 eggs with it. Like, You couldn't just get a nicer, bigger steak. You got all these eggs to go with that instead. And that's okay. Like, if you were just trying to be cost effective about the meal, I can understand you going heavy on the eggs and light on the steak. But then you're covering it in black truffle. Oh, it's a single... Okay, I missed that. Okay, omega... Omega-3 eggs, the ultimate in performance. Except nothing less. It escapes me at the moment. Are omega-3 eggs the green ones? Are they grass-fed eggs? That one's confusing. Same sort of, like, I think of eggs Florentine and I think Weight Watcher healthy diet. Like, it's the egg and spinach dish, and then you're pairing it with bacon. And hash browns. Otherwise, all great things. I would enjoy all of those things. I'd probably enjoy all of those things together. I just don't expect them to be on a menu. Cherry mimosa is interesting. I hate everything. I hate my own food. Ooh. Be right back. Turning the fan on and back. SprinkleBot is apparently... Oh, it's using quite a bit of CPU. That's why it's so nice and warm. Ooh. I turned the fan on. Let's see what's going on with the terminal log. That's the only thing it's really shown is, oh. Something's going on there. Something's messed up with the bot. It's tripping over something and maybe looping. I'm not restarting it though. And there it just cleared whatever it was causing it issues. And the CPU temp dropped by 15 degrees. Did the fan really just do that? Extra salt in there for the leeks, even though the leeks are nicely melting. In case you were unaware, leeks have special terminology apparently in the culinary world. You do not sweat leeks, you do not saute leeks, you melt them. Do they melt? No. Do they actually soften? Not really. But you melt them. And then we finish up this fun with the tomatoes. All of them. Full heat, and adding our broth, beef, and beans in there. Boy, it doesn't make as much noise. The middle one's a little more effective. The wood one is quieter. And so now we've got no room for our pasta. So I guess we're switching to another pot after this. Yeah, I don't want to use nearly a whole package on that. Sorry, Italian grandmothers. Salt. A few pumps of olive oil just so I feel authentic, even though I'm not. So I'm using about 1/3 of this pound. If you didn't catch, about 4 ounces of pasta. And the question is, do I use this one or the other one? Or I might be able to just dump it barely in there and just toss it to combine. I'm cooking the pasta separately, which you can go sort of either way with this one. A lot of people don't like cooking pastas in their soups or in their dishes. It does do a nice thickening. It can cloud things up, especially if you got a cheaper pasta that's got a whole bunch of particulate, or it's been traveling a long distance and grinding against each other and making it all powdery. Sort of like they suggest many times you rinse your rice. Pasta can have the same issue. That's why you boil it in a giant pot of water so it doesn't stick to each other until it's like nearly done. Then you coat it in oil. I think I'm gonna try and risk it and just mix it all in here rather than get something new dirty. Bit heavy on the beef in this. Could have probably easily have this beef, which would be a good cost saver these days. Is that a dad joke that isn't a pun? Can you have a dad joke that isn't a pun? Okay, we're steaming and boiling over here, so I'm going to cut the heat on the pasta and let that hang out for 10 minutes, just like I'm making pilaf. I think some Texans would be mad at me for saying this, but this is a little like making Italian chili. Maybe Italian pasta mac? It's a soup though, so that doesn't really... Guess there's no Texans out there to annoy tonight. This is a great bread roll soak up. I'm that way about all soups though. I love bread and soup, you know, tearing it off and dipping. I've got potato bread in the house. I've got tortillas in the house. I couldn't stomach the idea of getting some crusty bread or making some crusty bread to go along with this tonight. But this dish most certainly would go great with some crusty bread. Dried oregano. Basil. Thyme. Parsley. And the heat's off on that now. Should easily coast the rest of the way until we're ready to serve. Oh, JK, if you're still hanging out, I know it was at the beginning of stream. I did not thank you for that sub. Thank you for that resub. I greatly appreciate that. Might have to try and remember to thank you if you're around. Another couple minutes on that pasta, just chilling. Now there's a scramble. 4 R's, 3 A's, or 3 R's, 3 A's. Aracheras. Aracheras. You know, I don't think I've ever had huevos rancheros. I don't know that I've ever served huevos rancheros. Like, I've certainly seen it. Like, it's a staple of breakfast menus. Just don't ever remember making it. Just weird. Something I haven't made. Wow, did I walk over here at the very beginning of this minute? Like, I'm sitting here waiting for it to hit 5:45, and it's been sitting here 5:44. This seems like forever. Oh, I turned around. It worked. Yeah, these will be perfect for our soup. So those are going in here as well. New Orleans style egg sardine. There's another one I don't even know of. It just sounds delicious, though. It sounds like an egg dish. And again, that all sounds delicious. Not sure that I'd be ordering... Well, toast and butter and jam all fits well. Well, yeah. Again, I'm not Mr. T. But floral berry tea sounds about where I would go. Like, I'll pick up hibiscus, I'll pick up berry teas, I'll pick up some berry yerba mate.
get some photos. Tonight's soup. I don't know if anyone noticed earlier there, I snuck in a whole bunch of herbs. So there's a whole bunch of parsley, thyme, basil, and oregano in there. Now I'm curious what egg sardu is. I gotta Google that. Brunch dish featuring poached eggs, plus, over a bed of creamed spinach. Spinach and berry tea. And artichoke bottoms. This sounds like something else it's in the heart healthy meal menu. Not that like I'm just trying to classify it there. Again, not necessarily with bacon. Some recipes also add anchovies, ham, or truffles. Fancy. Let's see how we're doing on salt here. I didn't add any MSG into this yet. We need MSG in everything. At least everything that's savory. Let's do some fresh cracked pepper over the top, too. Say when, chat? I know chat's never going to say when. Hi, Alex. Hey, Zeeks. We'll do another one with cheese on it and pepper. So here we have tonight's pasta and beans. It is beef stock with kidney beans, ground beef, onions, carrot, celery, a whole leek. We've got baby shell pasta or small shell pasta instead of the traditional one in there. And some water, herbage, all sorts of Italian herbs. This is striking all the chords that I remember from Olive Garden. Maybe a little more liquid in there to be Olive Garden-y. Ten times more Parmesan on top. What waiter do you have? That said, are they actually serving Parmesan? I don't think so. Let's see if the angle camera is going to work tonight. Oh, hey. You decided to wake up tonight after rebooting. I'm waiting for one of these days to put this over on the edge so this camera can see it, and it turn and the balance change and the whole thing fall off of my cutting board. But I do think this is where we're going to wrap things up for this evening. Just in time. We're going to try and sneak out of here before the ad rolls. I'm going to send all of you lovely people off to go hang out with I Paint Burbs. Very chill painting stream. Always a relaxed, enjoyable time. I hope you all have a great evening. Ooh, we got to close our vote for Wednesday. Yogurt wins 8-5 versus Starfruit. So Wednesday we're going to be doing yogurt in dinner and dessert. That seems like a slam. Grand slam. Easy hit. A layup. Should have an awesome dinner here on Wednesday. And then we're coming into a whole bunch of fun dishes here into this weekend. And next week, going to be doing chili and cheese fries. Chili cheeseburgers and fries on Friday. Going to be doing chicken parm on Sunday. And going to be doing creme brulee donuts on the 24th. So I hope you come back to join me for all of that. I hope you all have a great